Hello, money champions. We are all too familiar with how the cost of school can give our wallets a run for their money, especially in the face of rising inflation and prices of almost everything. That's why I've decided to put together a few easy ways to help you navigate the often choppy waters of back-to-school season without skimping on quality. So today we'll delve into a few key areas, from mastering your grocery budget and cooking up some savvy savings, to tackling school supplies, fuel costs, imparting some money wisdom to your little ones, and taking full advantage of government and council schemes. But before we get started, let's tackle the big elephant in the room head on. Have you ever wondered why it's so difficult to break our habits, adopt new ideas, become more efficient and, in our case, budget savvy? Well, there is a nifty concept at play here. Our brains are wired to ensure our survival by saving energy and not money. If something's been working well, and by well I mean keeping us alive, our brains, they see no incentive to mess with it. After all, why fix it if it ain't broke, right? Then there is the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Let's be real, we are all running around like headless chickens, juggling work, school pickups, cooking dinner, and perhaps even squeezing in an episode of our favorite show. Our brains, bless them, they are once again trying to preserve our energy, not our wallets. Wrapping our heads around and putting into practice new budgeting strategies goes against that. It consumes some of our precious energy, and naturally our brains try to avoid it. So, understanding this bit is the first step towards being savvy with your money and making tangible changes. And the second step? Well, that's what this video is all about. Now that I've explained some specifics of how our brains work, are you ready to take the bull by the horns and give your brain a little nudge in the right direction? Food and cooking, trimming the fat of your grocery bills. Did you know that the average UK family forks out around £60 a week on food? That's a whopping £3,120 a year. Keep in mind, this doesn't even include those cheeky takeaways and dining out. Your actual expenditures might vary depending on your household size, dietary preferences, location, and other factors. In my case, for example, I certainly spent more than that for a single-person household. Bottom line is, food costs can add up quickly, and let's not forget the time spent planning meals, shopping, queuing at the checkout, unpacking your bags, cooking, and cleaning up. According to a recent survey, the average Brit spends 2 hours each day on food-related activities. That's about 30 days per year. Picture that, it's a whole month, and parents need to top up those stats. So, what can you do? Be deliberate with your cooking and portions. Set aside an hour or so to plan out what your family will eat each day of the next week. Create a list of dishes and the ingredients you'll need. Start small by planning just a few meals or snacks. As you go along, you'll refine your planning skills, adding in more meals as you see fit. Estimate how much each family member can eat and how much you need to buy. You can even create a few menus and rotate them throughout the year. Tweak the portion sizes as needed, and you'll save both time and money. Compare prices online. Here is a quick win. Before you march off to the shops next time, compare the prices first. Check those weekly leaflets in your mailbox or go digital with a range of websites and apps. Popular websites in the UK include mysupermarketcompare.co.uk, priceable.co.uk, supermarketwizard.com. They let you compare prices from all the major supermarkets in the UK, including the likes of Tesco, Morrisons, Iceland, Ocado, Waitrose, Sainsbury's, Aldi, Lidl and Asda. You can also stay in the loop with the latest offers and deals, create shopping lists and get alerts when prices drop. There is even a clever app called Trolley that lets you scan barcodes to find the best price for any product. Shop in bulk when it makes sense. Once you've got your weekly shopping list and quantities squared away, consider saving by buying in bulk, grabbing larger quantities of products that are pantry staples or have a lengthy shelf life can help you get better value for your money. For instance, buying a jumbo bag of rice or pasta can save you money per kilo. Buying a multi-pack of canned beans or tuna over single cans should save you money per unit. Buying a large bottle of cooking oil or vinegar rather than a small one can save you money per liter. However, shopping in bulk also has some drawbacks. You'll need enough space to stash your goods at home and make sure you use them before they hit their expiration dates. Freeze meals and leftovers. You can cook once or twice a week, portion meals, and store them in the freezer. Freezing leftovers is also a great way to cut costs and reduce food waste. It's a convenient way to have meals on hand for busy weeknights. Here are some foods that are suitable for freezing. Soups and stews, casseroles, rice and pasta dishes, pizza, roasted vegetables, meatballs, I love those, burgers, quiche, and baked goods. Grab products nearing expiry dates. Keep an eye out for discounted products with nearby expiration dates. Either freeze them immediately or get them ready to cook. For example, I often buy discounted meat and marinate it right after I get home, giving it a few extra days of life. Embrace home delivery. Home delivery services are a lifesaver for families, and I would highly recommend you trying it out if you haven't done so already. You can save money and time by shopping for groceries online and getting them delivered right to your doorstep. Plus, no more impulse buying. You'll stick to your shopping list, no more rushing to the store after work or on weekends, and also no more surprises at the checkout. I personally prefer using Tesco and Asda, but most other big UK supermarkets also offer home deliveries. So why not check their websites and give it a try? School items, gadgets, clothing, avoiding the new kid trap. We've all been there. The new school year rolls around and we are rushing to buy new uniforms, gadgets, and school supplies. But hang on a minute. What about checking what we already have? If you have more than one child, you absolutely need to go through those cupboards or the cellar. Give your children's rooms a thorough check too. Before you toss away those old school bags and pencil cases, consider giving them a good wash in the machine. Make it a rule to reuse or clean up things before you shop for new items. Sort clothing and school supplies. After you've sorted through everything, make a list of the items you genuinely need. Think twice before adding any new item to the list. Once it's on there, you'll find it much harder to take it off later. Your list should be precise and tailored to your actual needs right from the get-go. Keep the list at hand and buy the items throughout the year to spread out the costs. If you spot school supplies on sale during the off-season, consider snapping them up instead of waiting until the September or the next school rush. If you're heading to a new school, check the uniform policy before you buy. Some schools may demand a certain style or color. These days, schools are required to adhere to government guidelines to keep the cost of uniforms down, including minimizing branded items. The school policy might state that while clothing with their logo on is preferred, it's not essential. With clothing, always go a size up if your child is still growing, especially for pricier items like blazers. And when you're doing your weekly supermarket shop, don't forget to head down the stationery aisle. Many supermarkets have their own brand lines, which are significantly cheaper for items like notepads, folders, pens, highlighters, and post-it notes compared to branded versions. Bonus tip: go refurbished and embrace the second-hand charm. Consider this: buying used or refurbished items can slash your expenses dramatically.
It's like finding a hidden treasure chest.
Even if budget isn't an issue, you may want to be more sustainable and avoid letting perfectly good clothes go to landfill. The good news is, there are tens of thousands of other parents all around the country in the same boat, and a number of dedicated new schemes for school uniforms have sprung up. Search for School Uniform Exchange on Facebook and you are likely to stumble upon several local groups. You can also check the school's website to see if it has a pre-loved uniform service. If there is nothing in your vicinity, why not consider starting your own swap with other local parents? And when it comes to gadgets, you can consider buying a second-hand or refurbished laptop. Just make sure it's under warranty and has enough memory. After all, you wouldn't want to be hit with additional costs for extra storage space further down the line.
Fuel costs. Driving your way to savings. Even if the school is within walking distance, with children there is always that extra bit of fuel needed for school trips, extracurricular activities like swimming lessons or weekend family adventures. And as we discussed earlier in this video with groceries home delivery, here is another excellent reason to give it a go: savings on fuel costs. But what else can you do? Compare petrol prices. To find the best petrol and diesel prices in your area, head over to websites like GoCompare or PetrolSpy. These platforms provide insights into the cheapest fuel prices nearby, allowing you to score some sweet savings. Another smart option is to install fuel price comparison apps on your smartphone, such as Petrol Prices or What Gas. These apps use your location to display a map with nearby petrol stations and their respective fuel prices. You can easily identify the stations offering cheaper fuel options. Supermarket loyalty programs. Many supermarkets roll out loyalty programs that provide discounts on fuel purchases when you shop at their stores. Check if your local supermarket has such a program and take full advantage of the savings. And while we're on the topic of fuel costs, have you thought about carpooling? This is a great way to share rides with other parents in your neighborhood who have children attending the same school. Carpooling not only lets you split the fuel costs, but also helps reduce the number of cars on the road, which is a win for lowering carbon emissions. There are several carpooling apps available in the UK, such as LiftShare, BlaBlaCar. These apps connect drivers with passengers heading in the same direction, making it easy to find carpooling options that suit your schedule. Children and money. Turning little spenders into money masters. Now, let's chat about how we can help our little ones become financially savvy. In today's digital age, there is an array of financial tools and resources available to assist children in learning the value of a pound. For instance, there are various mobile apps designed specifically for kids. These apps provide a fun and interactive way for children to track their savings, set financial goals, and learn basic budgeting skills. But in my view, the most effective approach is teaching by example. All the apps and digital tools mean little if your children don't know what it means in practical terms. You can get your child involved in any of the activities that we've talked about so far in this video and explain to them how this affects your and their financial life. Depending on your child's age, you can even encourage them to participate in some of these activities. For instance, why not have them compile a list of school necessities and then search the cupboards for some of those items? Create a budget together and list all essential purchases. ask them to compare prices, keep an eye out for sales, and discuss the importance of making wise spending decisions. You could also engage them in the food and cooking process by tasking them parts of the grocery shopping, rinsing the vegetables for the soup, preparing the dinner table, or cleaning up. Instead of buying expensive packaged snacks for school, encourage your child to prepare their own snacks at home. This not only saves money but also promotes healthier eating habits. Help your child understand that every spending decision has an opportunity cost. For example, if they spend money on a new video game, they may have to forego another item or experience. To further nurture their financial understanding, you can explore options to open a junior bank account for your child or issuing a card under your account. Revolut Under 18 provides an account for young people aged 6 to 17, which can be used to send and receive money between friends with the option to add notes and gifts to express their individuality. Each Revolut Under 18 account comes with a physical or virtual debit card for the child to use. The parent can set spending limits and monitor transactions. Payments are only available to teens aged 13+, and it also offers set savings goals, track spending, and budgeting tools. A really cool feature that Revolut offers is the ability for children to earn money through chores or tasks like tidying up their room or washing the dishes. If you decide to use Revolut, feel free to sign up through my affiliate link in the video description below. A few other alternatives worth checking are GoHenry, a highly regarded financial education app that comes with a prepaid debit card, and HyperJar, that also comes with a debit card and has zero transaction fees. Another promising option is offered by Starling Bank with its feature Starling Kite, which is also free. You can also instill the savings habit in your children by opening a junior ISA on their behalf. ISA stands for Individual Savings Account. A junior ISA is a tax-efficient way designed for children and serves as a modern equivalent of the traditional piggy bank. Remember, as a parent you play a crucial role in imparting essential money management and saving skills to your children. By instilling these skills early on, we empower children to make informed financial decisions as they grow older. Government and council schemes, turning taxing into relaxing. Lastly, let's explore government schemes and local council allowances, which can be a significant help in managing your family's finances. Depending on your unique circumstances, it's well worth checking both the government website and your local council's website for potential financial assistance. Also, don't be embarrassed to speak to the school if you're unable to pay for everything on your child's uniform and kit list. Here is a concise rundown of options to consider. Council tax reduction. If your income is on the lower side, you might be eligible for a council tax reduction. Contact your local council to inquire about your eligibility and the application process. Tax-free childcare. This is a government scheme designed to support working parents in paying for childminders, nurseries, nannies, and various after-school clubs and play schemes. The government contributes £2 for every £8 you pay, up to a maximum of £2,000 per child per year. Parents' Learning Allowance. If you're a full-time student with children, you could qualify for the Parents' Learning Allowance. This grant helps cover learning-related expenses such as books, equipment, and travel. The amount you receive depends on your household's income. School uniform and kit support. If you're unable to afford all the items on your child's uniform and kit list, don't hesitate to have a word with the school. They may be able to help you find the necessary items or direct you to available financial support. Additionally, some local councils offer school clothing grants to ease the cost of school uniforms. Free school meals. Be sure to check with your local council or school to determine if your child is eligible for free school meals, which can significantly alleviate the financial burden on families. Home to school transport. Some local councils provide assistance with the cost of home to school transport. This initiative guarantees that no child of compulsory school age faces barriers to accessing education due to transportation limitations or associated costs. Alright, money champions, that's a wrap for today's video. We've now covered 5 power-packed sections of money-saving wisdom, and you are now equipped with knowledge to navigate the financial maze of back-to-school season and beyond. But hold tight, because this is just the beginning of your journey to financial empowerment. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What money-saving techniques have worked wonders for you and your family during the school year? Are there any clever budget hacks that I missed, or any fantastic council grants you've discovered? Share your thoughts, experiences, and suggestions in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button if you found this video helpful, and share it with others who could use a little financial boost. Remember, every smart decision brings relief to your wallet, one step at a time. Stay financially fierce.